Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Wait, is that is camera one me?
Oh, what happened there?
Something happened. Hey, get that off of me. Get the camera off me. There you go. Get it off me. There we are.
Love.
Wow, new studio.
Look, guys.
New studio. My God, man. You don't have a monitor in front of you, do you?
I'm not stressed at all.
Not yet, and it's called a whip pan in the biz, Ross. We're trying to create a little drama at the start of the show.
No,
Definitely
Giorgio wanted people to see like what he was dealing with a little bit, so he was like, just show behind him. Because, look, you see this set right here.
Sure.
But we are putting together an entire compound, and it's going to take a second.
It is. We're in the church. Jabes, we're in it.
Yes.
We're in this church together. The snakes are gone. I said that yesterday on the show. The snakes are gone, okay? I know this is your first day in here, but I wanted you to know that the snakes are gone out of the building.
Yes. It's not my first day, but it's my first day in the actual studio set up.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lot easier if you guys did what I said, which was leave the church exactly the way it was.
Could you imagine?
Snakes.
Could you imagine?
It would have been a vibe.
Do you know how many pews were in here? And they were
I just think it would have been cool.
Sir, can we sell you these pews? Would you like to buy these pews? And I go, oh, no. This is not going to be a church in here. This is going to be whatever the opposite of heaven is. And it's probably hell. Okay? We're going to talk about the worst shit on the planet. And I apologize.
Sure.
So they were not cool with it. However, if you... If you go drive up out front, I forgot the sign is still up.
I know, we've got to do something.
The Freedom Temple is still out there. So if you're popping on in and you come over, and I was like, hey, as I went to that daiquiri place, we have a drive-in daiquiri joint across the street, and I was like, hey, we just moved in talking about the thing, blah blah blah, and he goes, are you guys Freedom Temple? And I was like, oh, no, we're not.
But you guys, now that I'm hearing that name, it could be a fun rebrand.
I think so.
Freedom Temple.
I think that's our new
Freedom
political
Temple
show.
podcast.
Right?
Yeah, this is a temple for freedom.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Skinny Pimp's Barbecue just threw 50 at us. Says, thanks for having me yesterday. 50 to pay for the sink guy. He hasn't returned, but I also haven't paid him yet, so he'll return at some point and put the sink in.
He shall return, yes.
We had a listener stop by yesterday.
And he's Skinny Pimp's Barbecue?
Skinny Pimp's Barbecue, and it was during the Pappy Van Winkle episode.
Sure.
So as you know, we crossed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is probably a miracle.
Well,
I would guess. And we had a party/celebration here. You weren't here for it.
no.
So apologize for that. The first mixed drink we made with the Pappy Van Winkle to these guys back here, Delco knocked it over all over the desk in 3 seconds.
Delco,
Yeah.
I would not expect that from Delco. If you were to say, which one here?
Sean. Yeah.
Sean, or you know what?
Or
even
Bob. I'd go Bob.
And I did ask you, I go, who got a little drunk?
Yeah. And then we all know that answer,
Because if I'm not here, white girl, Bob steps in for the white girl role, right?
So honest opinion, with the Pappy Van Winkle mixed drinks yesterday, really fucking good. The Pappy Sour, so it was a onesie-twosie because Bob was bartending yesterday. Got him back in the old Total Frat Move days.
Oh,
and
he dusted off the old...
We had Pappy Peeners, Pina Coladas, and then we had Pappy Sours. Those were both delightful. We got Mexican Sean and Mexican Nick, Jarritos. You know, those orange Fanta-like Mexicano drinks?
I do.
We got them that and had those mixed up. Those were terrible. Those were absolutely terrible.
But they probably loved them, huh?
Yeah, but that Pappy Peener was right on time where I was like, let's go, fam. Let's go. The Pappy Sours, it really does taste better. Who knew? If you put
you think
a
that's
bottle
what it
of
was?
$1,500 whiskey with those, they do taste better. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I really do. I mean, it wasn't your island bullshit because you can taste that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can taste the island bullshit. You can taste Drake's new album at the top if it's a shitty peener.
Right.
Where it's just the cheap rum and it's kind of floating at the top lazily.
Sure.
The white liquid of the pina colada is clear.
Yeah.
You know, where you're just like, oh, God, it looks like the side of the highway in Mexico.
Sure.
Like, what is that milk down there / dysentery? You can taste that when it's bad. With this, though, my God, it was a real treat of the gods.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I was drinking out of God's penis. It was that good.
That all sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it was fun. We had fun times, and then
It was my dream.
it was your dream.
It was your dream?
It was your yeah. And we accomplished it. And we did it. Giorgio was on stage. I had a few drinks. Also, Giorgio, we put the screws to him yesterday and said, look, you get your favorite pizza. We heard it just opened up down the streets. It's via 313. Is that what it's called?
It's a very good Detroit-style pizza, but I'll pass it off to Dan.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
free ads.
No free.
Yeah.
No, they might become a sponsor. Who cares? We should roll down there at this point and see if they want to be on the show. Best pizza I've had in Austin, Giorgio. Giorgio won the day on that. Mixed Pappy's, and that pizza was fucking incredible.
Dan
My
made
God.
fun of me. Well, I was eating it because I was eating it slovenly and drunk. So
Really?
what it was a prosciutto,
Yep.
white
Yeah.
sauce, cheese, and balsamic vinaigrette. But I dipped
Okay.
it in the marinara.
Whoa. But there was a honey on there,
Whoopsie-daisy.
and that's what Jesse gets into.
I do like a spicy honey.
Yeah.
Is it a spicy
we were
honey?
making fun of Giorgio because he doesn't like pepperoni.
Yeah, he said pepperoni ruins pizza.
And then Dan said there was a good chance at
Give me
some
his
point in
Gusto.
Giorgio's
Give me his
life.
Gusto account.
Yeah.
He's done. Pay off the payroll.
There's a good chance at some point in Giorgio's life, though, that he was molested with a whole
oh, you guys,
stick of pepperoni.
We did tap into this. Remember, it was the wrestling school.
With the white pizza.
Summer camp.
White-
Yeah.
Summer camp.
Oh, buddy. And
Yeah,
that's what
dude.
you got yesterday? White pizza?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Georgia. And that's fine.
That's a throwback,
Because
too.
a lot of people, when they get touched down there a lot, they end up liking it later in real life.
No, they suppress it.
They end up becoming podcast producers.
Yeah, big time. Big time. They like the abuse. You know what I mean?
Bill Schofield says, can't wait for the Cristal Donnie P Mimosas for 200,000 subscribers. Man, I'm in. That's a great suggestion. For 200,000 subscribers, we'll do Cristal Mimosas and really fucking go for
With
it.
Sunny D.
Ooh, just a
Tap of Sunny D.
Just a tap of Sunny D.
Yeah.
Jabes.
Yeah.
We're in the summer solstice here today.
I can feel it.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm part hippie, so anytime something like that happens.
It's the longest day of the year, the most sunlight of the year. I was listening to Rolling Stone station on Sirius XM, and the British host who was like, "Oh, it's going to be out tonight into 11 p.m. tonight." I was like, "Oh shit,
yeah.
is it really? God damn it, dude!"
He came into the studio with some facts for us.
Yeah.
that we all had to check on.
Turns out it's just England and London that's going to have that tonight. 16 hours and 38 minutes worth of sunlight, it says today in England. And that's all fine. For here, sun's going down right around 9. So,
Yeah, samesies.
Samesies.
Well, a little bit later. But what people don't know about you is you're a big Anglophile.
Oh, huge.
Oh, you listen to BBC.
Oh, huge.
You want to know when the sun's going down in London?
When is it going down?
Yeah.
Where's my Downton Abbey? I need to know all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Mm-hmm. I was at the movies the other day. Your movie's out, by the way.
I know.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if you broke away during the middle of the afternoon and you were like, hey, I'm going to go see this by myself.
No. I can stream it for $25.
I'd say do that.
Yeah,
I don't
for
want to see
sure.
that shit.
No, that's not a go to the movie theater movie.
And I love our movie theater here because you get to sit down. It's got a full bar,
Sure.
full menu, all that other stuff. I love that movie theater. I will pretty much go see anything except for that movie.
Oh, no. And I wouldn't want you to.
Because there's no amount of drinks, drugs, popcorn, chicken tendies I could sit through that with a straight face and not be nudging you every 10 seconds and being like, oh my God, these people fucking suck.
Well, now this is a little bit like telling the person that dumped you not to ever text you again. because I would not invite you. Do you know what I mean? So this is like you being like, hey, by the way, don't call me. Because you wouldn't be invited. It would be a little bit like, did we talk about going to Maniscalco?
No,
did we ever?
Sebastian Maniscalco. It was a good show.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
There was a couple nudges.
Yeah. Well, look, for me, I'm not a big like clean comedian fan.
No, you have an impression of him, and he
my
basically
wife's
did
sauce
it.
is so thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically did that a couple times, so we had to nudge it.
Yeah. I'm more on the aggressive side, like this. I'm on the Chappelle side for sure.
Sure.
Speaking of which, they tried to name that school after him, and the first time he showed up, he got heckled by some children, and then they asked him back, and they were like, "Hey, we would like to rename the school, the Dave Chappelle School or Theater, or whatever it was, right?" And he said, "Fuck you guys."
I love that. I love it.
He said, "No, let's call it." I think he said, "Let's call it like this school of like free thinkers and speech thought or something like that." Like, it was a nice fuck you moment from Dave Chappelle, where it's like, "Cool, man, we're definitely not changing." I read what Gerard Carmichael said about him, because Gerard Carmichael recently came out and said he was gay. Not that that's a huge shock, but he did an article, I believe it was GQ, where he was just like, with Dave Chappelle, the first thing when you Google his name, it comes up with the trans stuff, and he goes, "That's a weird hill to die on." And he goes, "I don't see what the problem is, and I think he's bullying them," and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Whatever somebody's comedy is their comedy. Not all comedy is for you. Fucking look away, you fucking scared pussy. Look away. Don't listen. You don't have to follow him. You don't have to fucking chat about it. Like, you don't have to do anything if you don't like someone else's comedy. I really don't understand that at all. Right. So with him and that whole shit, it was nice that Chappelle is still saying fuck you to everybody. And he's just like, no, we're good.
He can't not at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't
I agree.
apologize.
Yeah.
He can't, even if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Even if, like, privately with his friends, he's like, man, I don't know. I feel a little bit bad about that one. He could never come out and say that.
Sure. And we had shit. Who was it on the show? It was Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines was on the show, University of Kentucky swimmer, who went up against Leah Thomas. And she was the only vocal, I guess, woman who was up against him, and came out, did all the interviews, all the things, and everything else, and just said, "Look, man, I am done with. I'm going to become a dentist now. It was my last shot at winning a national championship, and blah blah blah." And after they passed that thing yesterday, with no more transgenders competing in women's swimming, unless you do it before you're 12 years old, which is even more frightening.
Right.
Especially when you have 3 kids under the age of 12 and you're like, great, why don't you sit down and have that convo with them? Everybody hit me up last night. I got DM'd a shit ton of times. She was on Tucker Carlson last night.
Okay.
And they were like, hey, if you didn't come out and talk about this, like, women's athletics could be in serious trouble, because I think now this sets a precedent for the rest of it. Yeah. So maybe what I said a few weeks ago about men taking back everything, women are starting to fight back a little bit, so...
Yeah, when we get around to it.
You got swimming back. At least you got that one back.
And nobody cares. But look. I would like to have some of the other stuff, but swimming will do. I don't care about it at all, nor does anyone else, but it's a good place to start. Yeah.
But the reason I bring this up was during that episode when we had Riley Gaines on the show, one of the sponsors dropped us for that.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're mean to what?" I'm like, "Fuck you." And you and I had a conversation privately in our home.
I know it's weird.
Our marital bed.
Sometimes we talk outside the show.
Weird, right? Right.
But really, very rarely.
Very rarely.
Don't you feel like?
Very rarely. But we chatted about it, and we were like, "Hey, do you change or do you switch?" It's like, no, we've been doing this for 7 years now. Doing this show for 7 years at this point.
Yeah.
No, you don't change. Absolutely not. Your audience is your audience, and we're not going to do it. Although Dan is a joke today, was like, Holloway, not Delco, was like, we should do an entire YouTube show where we don't swear now that we've passed 100,000 subscribers and see what happens.
We can't say the T word. We won't say the R word. We won't.
T? Mm-hmm. What's that? Trans? We can say it on this show. I've already fucking
You've already said
nuke
it.
that. Who
You've already
cares?
said it, but you should try
R?
do one.
Retard?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anymore. Because
We can't say retard, huh? All right.
Can't say the F word. That other one.
What's that one?
Just a lot of words you can't say.
Just a lot of words you can't
That's
say.
what I'm saying. That's my. I told you yesterday. You need a new Patreon show that's just called "Yeah, I Say It."
Yeah.
Well, that show's called Ross Patterson Uncirced.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, there is
Words you can't say.
Ross, you
Everything
know
you
that
can't
this
say on
show's on the same channel as Drinking Bros, so it's
Right.
kind of the same when you say it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. Yeah.
And that one too, yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
more
can't say any of
Jake's
that. Yeah.
Thinks about him, the more he says
I know.
that.
And I realized that, and so I stopped saying the words because there's a couple more that I could do the first letter of, and we could play a fun game of.
Well,
can
there's
I
only
make
one.
Ross say.
So on this network, we only have one rule where we're like, hey, you just can't say the N-word. That's it. And if you want to refrain, I tell everybody this too. I would refrain from talking shit against cops simply because there's so many police that listen to podcasts across the nation. Like, you should be nuking out half your audience at that point.
Right.
Because most of podcasts are listened to by people as their daily driver. Monday morning through Friday usually, and then Monday morning through Friday afternoon. Saturdays and Sundays, not so much. Actually, somebody asked me this the other day. They were like, why do you always say good night, everybody, on Drinking Bros? It's because when we very first started on that show, we had so many people that were late shift guys that they were like, hey, dude, we appreciate it. And one show we had put out in the morning versus the night, and they were pissed off about it. And I was like, but it had built the audience. And I was like, I'll tell you what, I wrote this guy back, and I was like, for you guys, every single show I'll say good night, everyone, because we typically drop it at like 8 o'clock at night, and they're the first to listen to it versus everybody else. So I was like, well, I'll end it with that for you guys.
Right.
And he was like, fuck yeah. And he goes, next time I'm in town, I'm going to give you some cocaine. I was like, I'll see you then, brother.
Yeah, you wish.
I'll see you then, brother. Let's go.
Brother.
But the solstice is here, Jabes.
Solstice.
We can't stop it, nor do we want to.
Right.
Okay? Right. We're going to live with it. We're going to party with it. And we got a new song that's going to last as long as the summer solstice today. The new Beyonce song came out.
Yes.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce.
Yes.
She's got to save the summer. She's trying to save the summer single-handedly.
Yeah.
And the new song dropped last night.
It's called Insurrection.
Yep. And it's all about the J6 hearings. Very, very nice. And then she's shooting outside the building. She's got a Viking helmet on, so look for that video soon.
Yeah.
She's actually in the prison with the shaman. And they're doing a fun, flirty dance-along through the bars.
It's like, where were you?
Where were you now on J6? It's not. It's called, what is it called?
Break My Soul.
Break My Soul.
And I'm into it.
You will hear it the rest of the summer, nonstop. And about the 90th time you listen to it, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
There's no going back. Mm-hmm. You're going to love this song. And it is kind of a house song. Some other wild shit in there.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes. I was texting my buddy last night who runs that music video house in LA. And he goes, hey, dude, I'm playing a softball game right now. And it came out when they were playing in LA because it came out at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And he goes, is this song a half hour long? Or it felt like it was playing throughout the entire game. It was a long one.
Yeah.
It was close to 4 minutes and 40 seconds, which is extremely rare for an artist these days. But I didn't mind it. Like, it's a good song. It's a great song. And it's one of those things that's so catchy that you're like, all right, yep, give this 4 or 5 more listens when you hear this out, and you'll be in, and that's it. There's nothing you can do.
It's the way that Drake wanted his to be, where it's like, don't worry, it'll grow on you. Like, you're going to hate it at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Drake's, it just you keep on hating it.
You do.
Yeah.
So Beyonce's got to save the summer on her own. Oh, by the way, inside info, it's a little inside baseball for you here. She's been shooting for the last 5 weeks in Los Angeles. Beyonce. So you're going to get all of the videos all at the same time and all of that shit. And my buddy was just like, yo, she's been shooting for like 9 years in anticipation for this album. So you're going to get all the videos and all the things.
I was going to say she likes to do a midnight dump, but then it sounded
can't do that.
Weird.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But you know what I mean, right?
Oh, for sure. A nice little
midnight dump.
Midnight dump.
Of all of her stuff.
Yep. You're going to do a midnight dump. Just a midnight squat on your chest dump. And
of all her videos.
Of all her videos, they're all going to be there in your face. And look, you're welcome for it. Okay. Beyonce is going to do that for you. Yeah. Whereas Drake, what do you do with this? The album was so fucking awful that do you just delete it and say I'm sorry? Like I'm not lying I'm not kidding when I say this. I think with an album that bad, you almost just make one tweet or one Instagram post and just write I'm sorry and then delete it from all stores and kind of have it be like Garth Brooks's Chris Gaines thing.
No, I think that he's only going to listen to the people that do like it. He's going to double down. You can't.
I don't know.
You can't take it back.
Did you see the album cover for this too? Bob, are we able to, do we have the capability today to pull shit up?
I will say, if
pull
it
up
was
Drake's
good,
album.
If it was good, it would have been badass. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was good, that cover and that name would have been great.
Never mind. Honestly, never mind. Which is the worst title for an album like, when your album sucks like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's honestly never mind.
I know.
Yeah.
Listening to it.
That's what I'm saying. But like, if it was awesome, that would have been a great title.
Who did this design? Like this is awful here. I mean, this is fucking terrible. Who did that? And how did he approve it and be like, yep, that's it right there?
I mean, it
almost feels like we're being
vibe, yeah.
No, it is not an old school vibe.
All art now is the emperor doesn't have clothes.
Right.
And everyone's just like, oh yeah, he is wearing clothes. Clothes are amazing. It's all dog shit.
Yeah,
and no one admits any of it.
I don't know why. Like that's the worst album cover ever to match that album.
Right.
If you just said, hey guys, sorry, April Fools or whatever, right? And then just pulled it down from every streaming platform and then burned it. Like, I want to see him drag out the entire studio and then set all the equipment on fire as well. Whatever he recorded on, microphones, because it was probably a Shure 7B. It was probably one of these mics. Rip all those out of the studio. Everything that you touched, worked on, and sang into. And I'm saying sang because he definitely didn't fucking rap on this album, not 1 second. Burn it all to the ground and just lighter fluid, the whole thing, a blowtorch, one of the Elon Musk blowtorch. Burn everything inside the studio that you did with that. And then I would honestly call a carpet crew too. Rip out the carpet and repaint the walls. You've got to start over from ground zero, I think, at that point. Maybe grab an extra rocket launcher from Zelensky and just take that into the studio and then blow it up. Something. Because whatever happened in there, and it's shocking. When you're an artist of that level, I can't remember somebody putting out something that awful on that level. Even Adele's shit, like there was a few songs on there where I was just like, all right.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't completely terrible.
The main single.
Drake has responded to your criticisms.
Ooh.
I know he did. And he said, it's okay. I'm living in the future. Was that the one?
It says, it's all good if you don't get it yet.
Yep.
We wait for you to catch up.
Yep. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now
that's a good.
But I think
that's
wait. But the last line, hang on. The last line was on to the next one, I believe. Which means, hey, dude, I fucked up, so I'm working on the next one as fast as I can.
Yeah,
right.
I will say there are some albums of Drake's that when you go back and listen, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Here's why you appreciate it, okay? Because you've heard it so many fucking times, dead serious, out in public and everywhere you go, that you're like, shit, I remember that. I was at the Olive Garden, that song came on. Like,
right.
There is a lot of artists like that where you're like, all right, shit.
3 albums, Drake and Kanye both, first 3 albums. Anything after that, maybe some hit singles, but like really the artistry doesn't compare.
It's happened to Kanye a couple times. Where people hated it. And then
Kanye's got some fucking,
learn to love it.
College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. That's it.
No, dude, Yeezus?
Yeezus is Better than
Also 808s.
My
and
Beautiful
fucking
Dark Twisted
My-
Fantasy
yeah.
is the
Better than
greatest probably rap album of all time.
Kanye's problem is that like
Graduation.
I think Graduation's the greatest, but either way, Kanye. They were essentially arguing about like Beatles albums, like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
There's
really,
so many.
yeah.
I'm going to pull it up right now just out of curiosity here. Because, I mean, there's just so many
Since
fucking
Take Care, I've
albums.
been
dude.
caretaken, Ross.
What's up?
Since Take Care, I've been caretaken.
Well, look, Drake I'll give you for sure. 100% I'll give. I don't think Drake's been good in 10 years. I'm with you on that. I'll stand by Drake.
Wayne was the same way. You get 3 albums.
Life of Pablo you didn't like by
You
Kanye?
get 3 albums.
God damn, bro.
Life of Pablo felt unfinished. It felt like he rushed it.
There's 90 songs on there.
That were all like not
like
polished.
So Yeezus Life of Pablo, Watch the Throne. You didn't like Watch the Throne with Jay-Z?
No, that was amazing, but that's a Jay-Z collab album. And Jay-Z's the only rapper to
I would call
move
that
past
a
the 3
Jay-Z
album.
song.
Dude, don't care. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Graduation, 808s, and Heartbreak was fucking great. Every song on 808s is a hit.
Everyone hated that album when it came out.
They did.
I know.
And then
And he
what
was,
happened?
he was
about
waiting
Amber
for us in the
Rose.
future.
Yes. And by the way, the future got here, and then we all looked back and we were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we did
In
that.
the night.
Yeah.
Anyone who didn't like RoboCop at the time was a fucking idiot. So
Yeah.
RoboCop's awesome.
Late Registration, College Dropout. Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking bangers out of this guy. I love Donda, to be honest with you. There was a few songs I didn't like on it, but I'll take half of Donda for sure.
First 3 albums, Watch the Throne. That's it.
I'll take half of Donda. Same way with Post Malone. Did you guys listen to the Post Malone album?
I don't listen to any Post Malone.
I'll take half of Post Malone's album, and then the other half was TikTok songs. It was what I like to call them finger wave songs, where it's like you're too cute, and you're like, oh, and you're like, all right, bro. It's
Put on
just,
some Jedi mind tricks, Ross. Some Army of the Pharaohs.
no.
you are right as a TikTok song. It's like Jack Harlow's new song. It's literally made for like 16-year-olds to dance to for 18 seconds on TikTok.
So here's what happened. When I was talking to my buddy, because he's locked in, he's got the biggest fucking music video house there is in LA, and I go, why is it all TikTok? And he goes, I'll tell you why. He goes, the labels are asking for it. And he goes, all the labels want is one of those songs to get. So you get paid on TikTok. So if you're an artist and it's streaming on TikTok, like congratulations, a little bit. But all that adds up, and then it moves over because everybody wants to hear what the original was.
So is the guy who did the my money don't jiggle jiggle. It falls.
Oh, yeah.
Is he a billionaire right now? Because that's
He
all I
should be.
fucking see.
He's got to be
He
close to
should
it
be.
for sure.
No, it gets you notoriety. Like people like Lil Nas X. That's the TikTok model. How that like catapults you. Like it takes a song and then all of a sudden everyone hears it and knows it.
Yeah.
Right. But that's all the labels want. And I had a genuine conversation with him on this because Kendrick Lamar had an album out this year as well. It's an art piece. There's no hits, and it just died. It was like the worst collapse I think in Billboard history of like charting wise of something coming in high and then just dropping out low. Second week. Did you like it?
Eh.
Yeah, same. I didn't like it either.
He had Kodak Black like narrate the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It was super weird.
Like I'm fine with Kodak on a song, but like the whole album.
Not the whole fucking album. And it was strange. And so the honest conversation that I had with him was we had 2 years off for COVID, essentially. All these artists were locked away to just record. What happened to them? And why didn't they make anything great?
Someone did.
Who? Oh, Taylor Swift. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Yep. That's right. That was the one that I brought up in that conversation. I go, the only one at the top of my head was Taylor Swift. But Taylor
did
Swift
too,
also
I
never,
think. Yeah.
And they were both good. And she just never misses. Like,
Well, because she was born to be locked in a room. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like she's like, this is a dream. I have to stay home with my cats and make the album. Like, so she thrived, whereas other people didn't have any input. You know, you need like input for output.
sure.
So they didn't have any, they weren't going out, they weren't talking to people. They didn't have anything to like, besides like depression maybe.
I guess. But it's strange to me because I would have looked at it and like as an artist and been like, all right, I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can. And then as soon as this is over, gas out just a fucking record full of bangers and then tour and make a shit ton of money after that. But it literally happened to no one besides Taylor Swift. She was the
Right.
only one to do it.
Right.
And it was just a waste. Drake was a waste. Post Malone, I think mostly it's his people. Like, somebody's got to say, hey, man, cut this out. Because he ended up dropping a couple new songs like a week later after that because it bombed. I mean, it was 25% of the sales of his last album. And then people were like, oh, shit. You just need somebody in your ear to be like, hey, man, cut half of those out and put the other in, and you're good. Like, because there are some great songs on that album, but yeah, we're not getting shit these days. So Beyonce's got to rescue everyone, and that's kind of it. I mean, even today when you and I woke up, it was on the Today Show of like, oh my God, a new song is out, treating it as if like we had just gotten fire for the first time.
Yeah.
A new song is out. Do you believe it? They're going to space. We've got fire. There's somebody in a car with 4 wheels. It's amazing. Shit, dude. Are we there?
Yeah.
We there yet with musicians?
I guess so.
I guess. Sad though.
Yeah, I'm not juiced.
No, I'm not juiced off.
It's great, but
I can't juice off all over myself for that, you know? It's strange, man.
yeah.
Really fucking strange. But now I'm curious to hear the rest of this Beyonce album, because if this song is house, what if the whole thing is going in that direction?
Probably, right? She does a vibe usually.
Yeah. So
She does a genre.
we'll see what it's going to be.
I would like it to be all unified. I don't love a totally disjointed
Album
where
Yeah.
it's like I tried this on this song and then I
did
know?
some other things on the other ones, you know?
Sure.
But then are you going to get the power ballad from her? You know? The Raise Me Up,
sure.
Come From the Dirt. They usually put,
Yeah.
Hollywood does 3 to 4 slave films a year. And there's usually a Beyonce song and some kind of John Legend song in it. Is like,
Right.
are we going to have that power ballad for that? What's going to be the soundtrack for that? Not really sure. I'm not really sure, but they want you to go down the middle now with everything that you do. So I don't know where the originality is going to come from. I've been listening to some weird shit these days, like way off the grid. There's a rock band called Mount Joy. Lumineers, actually, I'm sorry. The Lumineers put out a great album.
They did.
Really great.
Mumford
Their new
and
album's
Sons lead singer going solo.
Well, it makes sense. You know, his lead guitarist, I believe, came out supporting Trump and was like, we're out of
They were
here.
a little disjointed anyways. Yeah.
Because he's married to What's Her Nuts?
Yeah.
What's Her Fuck? What's that girl's name?
Yeah, she's like cutie little actress.
Not
British.
cutie. She's just a tiny little
Carey
child.
Mulligan.
Yeah.
Carey Mulligan.
She's super cute.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's very childlike.
That's
Anybody
Bob's
who likes
type.
her, that's Bob's
That's
type.
Bob's
Anybody who likes
type.
her and Natalie Portman, you're like, you like them real young. They both look super young still. We were just
Portman?
like, very cool. Yeah.
Portman doesn't look like childlike though. She just looks like young.
If anything, the problem was when she was a child, she looked a
she
little
looked
too
too
adult.
old. The Professional.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oof. Watch out.
Gross. No, she
Don't
looked like a
watch it.
fucking little kid, dude. You guys are sick. Because
Oh,
even
and
in
then
Garden State, when I watched Garden State, I felt like Zach Braff was her uncle. Like, I love that movie. And I was willing to suspend my disbelief because of how much I love the film. But it looked like it was her uncle in that.
She
Oh,
was
wait a minute.
supposed to be younger. Do you remember Beautiful Girls?
I do
Oh,
not.
yeah, dude.
I remember that alien ripping off half her shirt in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, but was she like supposed to be a like young Lolita in that?
In Attack of the
She
Clones.
did
No.
too.
No, in Beautiful
was-
Girls, she was.
She did
Yeah.
2 films where she was like a young girl.
Rosenberg wrote that movie.
Beautiful Girls.
Yeah.
One of my faves.
It's based on real events. he
Oh,
said.
jeez.
It is, yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, but there's always that one guy who's just kind of, oh, hey, how old are you? Oh, man, you're just fucking 17.
No, bro.
I have to
she
wait a
was
year?
Like
I know.
12.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
But if you've always got that one friend where you're just like, hey, man, that's a little too young. Are you all right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to go through your Instagram account? Speaking of which, shit, they fucking deleted all my child's accounts. I worked for 3 years posting pictures for them. Apparently, they passed a rule where you have to be, I think, 14 years old now to have an Instagram account.
But
And so-
you had him.
Correct. But it was all child's photos. So like,
Dude.
I had to go back in and for our son and say, hey, dude. And they're like 30 days. It's a 30-day ban. And then we'll talk to you after that. I was like, I'm the father. I'm posting pictures on a private account. It's not public. Fucking DJ Khaled's kid is fucking verified. And he's been showing his dick since age 1. Like,
Oh shit.
yeah, I was super pissed off about it.
That does suck.
I guess they got a lot of fucking chomo shit on Instagram. It makes sense.
I don't like putting my kids on my Instagram. I want
you don't
them
post
on
at
their
all.
own.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You didn't even post anything for Father's Day. Not even, one pic. Everybody else does. Everybody else posts a pic of like, oh my God, thank you for everything and everything you've done for me. And it's amazing. And he's such a wonderful man. I got nothing.
I don't know. Maybe they felt it. Maybe they felt that. No, I'm sorry. Look, it's so hard for me to be like sincere.
You're just one of the people who shouldn't have social media at all. When's the last time you checked Facebook? 98?
Facebook, I don't check at all.
I was going to say, yeah.
Facebook, I don't check at all. Instagram, I'll lurk every once in a while. But I have not been on it in a long time.
Okay.
Because I'm like busy doing other stuff.
Sure.
But yeah.
You're now on TikTok?
No.
What if you had an alternate personality and it was on TikTok and you were just doing dances and shit and nobody knew it was under a different account and you were like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Yessie.
I couldn't even, yeah.
Yessie Meisman. And it was just YESSI. And it's just you dancing to like flirty Shakira songs and shit. And you're like in the kitchen. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm super sorry. I've been into this for a long time now.
Right. The reason I couldn't post as me is because I was too busy cultivating this other account.
Yessie
Heisman. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, were you really bummed about a Father's Day post?
No, I just saw so many from like literally every other wife and all that other stuff. And I was just like, all right, cool.
I posted my dad too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
But he doesn't even have social media.
He doesn't even have Instagram, but you did it because you loved him. And that was nice.
No, because everyone else does it.
Because everyone else does it.
Sure.
You know?
A lot of best dads out there.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe you should step it up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, if you want me to put a dad post.
Sure.
Earn it.
Yeah.
Do
No
better.
participation trophies.
For sure. I've got real trophies over there. I'm winning goddamn titles for my children,
Yeah.
I'm out there doing God's work on them fields, and I get nothing.
Yeah.
Championship soccer father. Like, I get none of that, dude.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
that's
going to
fine.
post your own.
That's fine.
Because you usually do something stupid like that.
Well, I was going to.
Father of the Year.
Yeah, and I should have. Now that I know,
Yeah.
for the rest of my life, I'm just going to post my own and be like, look, my wife doesn't appreciate me.
Or
so
you could
what
do
I'm going to
like
do
you
is post my own.
with me, where you post some weird picture and it's the caption is just ridiculous. It's not even sincere at all.
It is
It's a
really
joke.
sincere. It is really sincere, okay?
And I'm just like, okay, I guess I don't get a real.
No, it's super sincere.
Right.
I'm really giving you my all. You, my all. Both of us going to do that for you and me.
My favorite memes are when they're like, they talk about when people give like birthday posts. And they're like, to the legend. And it's just like your friend, Bob.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The legend, the craziest man I know. It's like just a normal fucking dude. You're like, oh, okay.
It's a guy who's got a mustache and then shaved the rest of his goatee into another mustache underneath it. Crazy, he's a legend.
Well, that would be crazy, but it's really just how people are crazy and they just like stick their tongue out in a picture. But
Sure.
it's like,
Yeah, they're not that crazy.
to the legend, the craziest girl I know. And it's like Jennifer.
Yeah.
That's better though than someone who's still actually like that. I was at a Super Bowl party a couple years ago I didn't know them. Like my wife we were dating and my wife was like, I'm like friends with them a little bit. Like, let's go down. I want to make friends in the apartment complex. And I was like, whatever. All right. Sounds fucking terrible, but sure. And we go there and it's fine. There's snacks. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Falcons Patriots Super Bowl.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah. So
Whoopsie daisy.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm getting drunk. I'm trying to just be left alone, talk a little bit, avoid conversation because I had just been fired. So, what do you do? Fucking nothing.
I am between jobs.
Yeah. So this guy shows up.
Is that when I took your job again?
It is, yeah.
nice.
Well, I mean, you took my job the way an immigrant takes an American's job for 2/3 the pay and no dignity.
Dude, on
Very
it.
pointed.
He had that one
Yeah.
ready. Okay. Locked and
But they were
loaded.
like, oh, dude, Andy's coming. Andy's crazy.
Oh.
And I was just like,
yeah.
ugh.
You're gonna
Like,
love him,
these
dude.
dudes were already like dweebs. I hated talking to them. I was just like eating chicken dip and watching the game. And And they were just like, he's crazy, dude. He always gets so wasted and jumps through a table. And I was like, no, he doesn't. And if he does, he sucks. And anyway, like an hour or two later, he got totally wasted. There's like 6 other people in the whole fucking apartment.
Yeah.
And this one
Super
guy
chill.
is just takes his shirt off and jumps through a table. And these 3 dudes are like, oh, he did it again. And I was just like, I want to fucking leave. Like, fuck
Can
this
you
place.
imagine? We've gone to a couple super boring parties recently, and like, can you imagine in those parties if someone came in and was just like insane like that, did not fit at all, and was just like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Kicking kids or whatever in the pool.
But his friends were like, yeah, dude, yeah. It's lit up now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, it's not.
I would appreciate that. I would love it. I would love it, actually. I would absolutely love it.
I mean, I guess it would kind of, because sometimes during one of those conversations of small talk, you would actually beg for Andy to come in.
I will
and
say
just
this.
jump through the fucking table.
I guess what I really hated was his friend's reaction to it. Because if
Right.
everyone else in the room had hated him doing that, I would have loved it.
Sure, because then you guys could all like be on that
Yeah,
page.
I'm like,
yeah.
fuck this party.
But no, you were the only one that didn't like Andy.
Yeah.
They all
Loved Andy.
They were
Andy.
like looking around like, I told you we're crazy, man. Like our parties always get wild. And I'm just like, we're just in an apartment. Like nothing's
Yeah,
happening.
but a table was smashed, right?
And Bob,
Yeah.
you're such a snob. Like I could totally see you like
Yeah.
just being like, bro, come on.
You spilled my barefoot. You know, like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
the response. Of
I'm
like,
just
you
trying to
spilled my
drink a
your
Pinot
wine.
Grigio, root for the Patriots.
yeah.
And-
Eat some chicken dip.
Yeah,
Were you rooting for the Patriots in that one?
I was.
Why?
Because the NFL was. I've been rooting for the Patriots since the NFL took the Rams from St. Louis because I want everyone to be as miserable as I am.
I guess.
So fuck everyone and fuck everything.
I guess. That's just an unlikable team. It always has been. There's something really likable about the NFL, though. They switched pizza sponsors, and I'm here for it.
What is it?
It was Pizza Hut.
Sure.
Now it's Little Caesars. Let's fucking go, dude.
They made the right choice.
Yeah, they did. I'm super amped about it. Super amped. That deep dish at Little Caesars tasted very similar to that Via 313.
Well, both are Detroit pizza companies.
Are they really?
Little Caesars is Detroit.
No shit.
But you know
Yeah.
what's a better Detroit chain?
What's up?
Jets.
Well, I don't know what Jets is.
It's a
Jets is
We
like
don't know what you're
chain
talking
via.
about.
the poor man's Via.
Okay. Poor man's Via, huh?
Okay.
All right. Never had. Is it here?
Yeah, there's
It's
a bunch.
all over the country, yeah.
Is
It's
it
good.
really?
Oh, all
I've
right.
never been in a region where that's been offered. I'll
Look,
have
if
to
you're in a
look now.
pinch, it gets the job done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jets is good.
All right.
Okay.
I'll look up Jets. I'll butt fuck some Jets one night. Who knows?
Yeah, we're looking to expand our pizza repertoire. We've been usually just going Domino's, Papa, Caesar.
But that's not
Yeah.
pizza, right? Like when
No.
you
The
when you
Papa?
want Domino's, you want Domino's. It's not,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like I'm getting pizza. I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah.
Domino's.
It's not
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to choose between. It's like Domino's is its own food group.
It really
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
It really is.
I got you.
And the pizza's even a waste of time. Like we'll order a pizza, but all I really want is to just stuff the cheesy garlic bread in garlic
Into your
sauce.
butthole. Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Sure.
get fucking
just-
gross.
Fucking
Ever
cover
since the
myself
invention-
in the
Yeah, ever since the invention of garlic sauce, everything is just a boat to get into the sauce.
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't know why everyone doesn't Papa John it and just
They
put
do
that
now.
shit in there.
Domino's does it.
Domino's does.
Almost
Oh, good.
everybody does now, right?
Yeah.
Like it became such a huge thing that
I
it
guess
was.
they lifted their patent or something.
Yeah, Domino's has like 100 different dipping sauces now.
They
Yeah.
do. They do. All of them are
Only
equally delightful.
Two are good. Yeah.
The marinara and the garlic.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who came up with a restaurant idea he really wants to do called Sauceman's. And
Oh.
it's BYOF,
I've already-
and
yeah.
he just has every type of sauce.
I'm all
And you
in.
literally
Imaginable.
just bring your own stuff to
Oh,
dip.
you're at your own food.
You bring all your own food,
Yeah,
and he's
I'm
just
in.
got every sauce imaginable on hand.
Food is just a vehicle for sauce.
Yeah.
We could actually work together then, because I had this idea about Hundo. It's a place called Hundo's where you can only order in like combinations and varieties of 100.
It's like 100 wings,
Yeah, yeah.
100
Oh,
beers.
oh.
It's 100.
Okay.
That's a lot.
100
So
at
you
a
have
time.
to bring Andy.
It's like the
and a bunch
Costco.
of
Yeah, it's like the
friends.
Costco of food.
Right, but you go with like a large group.
But
All
you
right.
know people aren't going to be going in a large group. It's just going to be all the Costco people
Yeah.
that you see walking around there.
You ever go to Korean barbecue, like Gukaku or anything like that?
Yeah.
So I love Gukaku. We're huge fans of the cock of the walk. Gukaku.
Keep going with your story.
Yeah, big
Just
fans.
keep-
Cock of the walk, Gukaku.
Don't make that.
We
a
love
thing.
it. But you order the plate that's like $60, and it comes out with 90 different meats and cheeses and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You feel obligated to eat all of it. I feel the same way when you order shit in 100, where if it's 100 wings, you'll just kind of keep going throughout the night because you're like, I don't want to waste the money.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste the money.
It's not just wings though. You order a beer, got to order 100.
Yeah, and I don't want to waste that either, where you're just like, all right, I got it.
I mean, do you get some sort of like wholesale discount on this stuff?
Yeah.
Like the customer, I mean, are you passing
are
along these
you-
savings?
No.
No.
How
And
are you gonna make money? Yeah.
Especially now with the food prices going through the roof. Like, dude, I don't even know if the wings are in existence.
You couldn't even.
Are they still around? Are we still allowed to get wings?
Yeah, but not.
They're what, like $15 a pound in HEB right now?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can only get 2.
You can only get 2. They might have shrank it to 1 pack now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
You might be
gnarly
able to
out
just
there.
get 1 wing.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
one
understand
wing.
it.
And
It
wrap
makes
it.
doesn't make any sense.
It
to me.
doesn't make any sense. So if you go there, if you go to a grocery store, chicken itself is mostly gone. Chicken wings are mostly gone.
Breasts are still there.
Yeah, there's still a lot. To
Not a lot
chicken.
of, but the breasts are super fucking expensive. The ones that are still left.
And
You
they're
get the
filled
giant
with water.
5-pound bag of frozen chicken breasts, like $10.
God damn it. That's some
Don't get
Delco shit,
frozen
dude.
anything.
Yeah, dude. Why would you do that?
wrong with
Bulking
you?
season.
Do you know how long it takes to defreeze one of those fucking things?
I'm not there for the taste. This is sheerly for gains.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
guess.
a watery microwaved.
Oh, you don't microwave? Ew.
Oh, ooh,
the
what
center,
do you do?
the center is just rock hard
bake
still.
You bake it.
Yeah, you bake it.
You bake it. and
Put
it's
that on for
water
30
juices.
hours and you bake it. That's all you got to do. 30 hours, you say? Bake it. Just bake it.
Dry as shit.
But the weirdest thing, and maybe you guys can tell me what the answer to this is, when I went to HEB the other day, you know what they had? Just endless amounts of plethoras of. When you walk in, and I felt like every aisle I went down was cold shrimp cocktails. Like there was shrimp trays everywhere.
I mean, they do. They're
is it
really
because
big.
the Gulf is here?
Shrimping.
Well, that probably helps. It's probably like Gulf shrimp, but also they just do like seasons. They'll be like, it's shrimp month.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But shrimping ain't easy.
Yeah, but usually seasons are based on something, right? It's not just
Yeah.
like HEB
yeah.
telling you what season it is. I mean, there has to be.
Because they do in the spring, they have like crawfish month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think that's.
Yeah. I've recently
Based
gotten
on-
back into crawfish. I haven't had crawfish in a long time. Texas, you and I have gone to a few events now where crawfish is at a lot. I love it. I love the taste of crawfish, but you have to eat 9 million crawfish to be remotely full.
It's the crawfish boils. It's the
And
worst.
work,
Like I
the
love
work
it.
that goes into it is I'm not on the clock today.
No,
I'm off.
I take everything but. I'm eating like sausage, potato, corn. I'm just like, yeah, you guys
Why?
can dig through the fucking crawfish.
Yeah.
Why do you love it?
It tastes great, but
Okay.
it's this tiny. It's this big.
It feels like you could put Old Bay on other things and make that taste good.
They're all
too.
good. It's kind of like ordering a lobster tail at a restaurant. When you order just that, you're like, great, can I have 5 more so I can get full? That's what it's like with crawfish. They're delightful and they're tasty and they look cool and you feel like you're doing something. You're like, yeah, I'm in it. Then your fingers burn for about 3 days afterwards. And
Yeah. You're burning them. You're scalding them.
yeah.
And then the spice just stays in there, and you'll rub your eye later, and just be like, God damn it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I like to be around without doing it, right? So like I don't eat sushi, but I love an ambiance of a sushi place,
Sure.
right? I don't eat the crawfish, but I like the vibe of when people are having a crawfish
Yeah, and the
boil.
smells and the
So I
sounds
don't
of all
eat
of it.
any of that though.
We were at Jared's house for his
Yeah.
daughter's birthday,
Yeah.
and I look over in the corner, and there's a guy with a huge pot and an old
You got
wooden
to.
boat oar,
You
just
got to.
stirring it up. And I was like, "Oh, what are you doing? Crawfish?
Of course.
Do you know what you're doing?" Yeah, I'm one of the best in the state. And I was like, "Oh shit, I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize." And they were delightful, but in this crawfish was peel and eat shrimp. Now, nothing is going to fucking grind my gears more than peel and eat shrimp. I don't want to work, okay? I'm working for the crawfish. Now, if I just want a wee shrimp too, then I got to take the clothes off that thing and then pop that down. Like,
That's
no.
the experience.
It's
And
not
it
the experience.
keeps it, I think,
I don't want
from
that.
like getting all dry and hard and shit.
Nope. No.
Okay.
Just boil it, pop it on a plate, stuff it in my mouth. I'm good.
Okay.
That's why Benny Ha-Ha's is still my favorite of all time. Mouth opens, they'll flip it right in there.
Sure.
Boom, right in there.
Sure.
Don't have to deal with it. No peeling it. Peeling eats at Benny Ha-Ha's.
You eat the tails?
No, I don't eat the tails.
Oh, okay.
I don't eat the tails. I've been poor enough, though, at certain times in my life where I will remove the tail to get that little extra
piece,
centimeter of shrimp in there.
Yeah.
But,
You don't remove the tail?
What's up?
You don't remove the tail at all?
Well, no, you can wiggle it off. You can
I
wiggle
do.
that shell off.
Do you not?
No, I bite down where the shell
so
is, and then
he's
I throw the
saying-
rest of it out.
You throw that out.
Correct.
I mean, there's precious meat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a like a top of a pinky.
Yeah, but he's
worth.
rich. He's rich now.
But it's not like a.
I'm
it's
not
amount of
You
money.
throw out
Money.
4 tails, that's a whole shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
I'm not
so
doing it.
nonchalant.
I'm not working on it. I'm not going to work. When I'm eating, I don't want to work. The only meal that I will physically work for is Korean barbecue, where you make it myself.
How's your bone with the wing? Do you leave a lot of meat on the bone?
He does.
Yeah, I won't work for that either. I won't
He does.
work for
I'll
that
clean-
either.
I'll clean a flat for sure, down to the bone.
And I'll see posts on Instagram where you ever see the girls that stick it in their mouth, a whole flat, and then and it's all gone, and it's like, oh my god, and they're like, man, find me a girl like that. I don't want a girl like
Husband,
that.
wife.
Yeah, I don't want a girl like that. I definitely do not.
Find you your husband, wife.
Because there's some fat on there too, where I'm just like, there's a couple pieces on there where I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to work for that. Like, I don't want that in my mouth. Whenever you get that raw, rubbery chunk in your mouth and you're like, oh, god damn it, that's a joint. I'm just chewing on a chicken joint at this point.
I mean, we're really
elbow.
getting into the minutiae of food, but yeah.
I don't give a
I
shit.
don't. I
This
don't
is
like to do
important.
that because I don't like the little things that are happening inside the chicken. I like just the meat and the crispy skin without the vein. You get that one vein.
Yeah.
Kind of bounces back.
Don't need it. Don't need it. Is the Elvis movie coming out this weekend? Is that this weekend? My kid wants to see it. I'm looking at a thing here. There's an article that says
Kid-friendly.
Baz Luhrmann, the old director of that, has a 4-hour version sitting somewhere, and he's like, I couldn't release it. He goes, it's awesome, but 2.5 hours is max for a movie.
Yeah, it looks like it comes out Thursday.
No shit.
But yeah, seen some
All right.
showtimes at
I'm in.
Alamo, at Evo is the closest one,
Yeah,
5 and
I'm in.
8:30.
I'm in. Let's go.
5 and 8:30.
5 and 8:30. Let's go. I'll take my. He wants to see it. I want to
What's
see
it
it.
rated?
PG-13.
Oh.
Yeah, they want the worldwide. They Bohemian Rhapsody did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they did that whole thing where it's just like, let's try to get as much money as we can.
Right.
Which is probably smart with Elvis. I don't think Elvis ever swore anyway. So like, yeah, you're good.
He just shook his hips.
And boned
Like
a
a
lot of
black
ladies.
man.
Yeah.
Boned
Scared a lot.
ladies, took some
Yeah.
pills. And took a lot of pills.
Yeah, I
OD'd
think
on the toilet.
I think if you made the real Elvis movie, it could not be PG-13. But
How
sure.
could it be? How could it possibly be?
Yeah.
I heard later on in life that he was just popping pills, not really doing anything, to be honest with you, just kind of sitting in his mansion.
Didn't he have like a massive overeating problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he wasn't fucking.
it was some
you know what I'm saying? So
dark
like,
shit in
yeah,
there.
but overeating and pills, like that's fine. You can't just show him boning out ladies left and right.
I just want to see.
That's going to get the R.
I just want to see the blowback. Like I just want to see like white mothers in the 50s shit their pants like someone's having anal live
Yeah.
on television.
Yeah.
You might be joking right now, but the description that Jesse and I laugh about to this day
Yeah.
was the Beatles doc. Was it Beatles or Rolling Stones?
It was Beatles.
It was Beatles. And this guy, they were like, oh, can you describe how crazy it was when they came out on stage? And his exact quote was, the floors were soaked with urine from little girls pee in their panties because they were so excited for the Beatles to come.
Yeah, he was
and
like,
I was like, oh, and he said it dead serious like that, looking in the
no,
camera.
when you it was like almost like PBS style, like doc, and like
Yeah.
he was the narrator, and it was like, what did he just like? That was his poetic way of saying the girls fucking went crazy for
Yeah.
him. I was like, that was a fucking weird way to say it.
I think it's
I am-
probably accurate.
It
It's
was.
accurate, but the visual is
Yeah.
not.
Man, it's just
Yeah.
true
There
because
was
like back
so
then
much
you only
urine on the floor. They were pissing
Why
their
are they
panties.
peeing all over the floor?
Because
it's
they
like
were
seeing
excited.
God.
Yeah, they're
can't see-
excited.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Because they can't. It's the 60s. Like, they
Yeah.
don't see. You get maybe like a minute clip of
I
the
agree.
Beatles on television. And if you miss that, you're not going to see them until a magazine comes next week. So when these like literal, like, angels walk out onto stage, you can't fucking like even comprehend it. Whereas now you're just like, oh yeah, what, the Beatles, fuck, who cares?
You've got to wear duck
No.
boots to go to a Beatles
No.
concert. You've got to wear some rain
That-
boots.
That just that explanation was fucking bullshit.
Was there? All right, let's ask you this: was there anybody in Jesse's life as a young lady who, when you saw them, you were like, "Oh man, I peed a little bit. I was so excited."
Saw them in person?
Yes.
I didn't really see anybody.
You didn't go any concerts. You didn't see
I
any
went to
famous people
Raffi.
around Ojai. What's Raffi?
Raffi was the kids concert. You remember Raffi?
You almost certainly
Baby
pissed your pants at that.
beluga. Yeah, because I was a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was-
that I saw
that was
around
past my time.
Ojai. No,
yeah.
not that I peed my pants over.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You never got that excited where you were like, "Oh
No.
shit,
No,
oh shit." Okay,
no.
It was a smaller world.
I guess.
Smaller world.
Yeah,
I guess,
like
dude.
Or a bigger world, I guess I should say. People were more isolated.
yeah.
They weren't used to seeing things.
Yeah,
Guess.
I guess so. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever, man.
They
Sorry.
peed everywhere.
You peed everywhere back then.
Sorry, I never peed anywhere when I
Like
saw
like
someone.
NKOTB, Backstreet Boys, none of them?
I didn't see them in person.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Never went, huh?
no, dude, I didn't do shit like that.
Your dad didn't take you
What?
to see a little NKOTB?
You act like you've never met my parents before.
I don't know your childhood that much where it's like,
you think
I'm
my
sure they,
dad's taking me?
but I'm sure you have the pillowcases, right?
No.
And no part of him was like, "Oh, hey, I want to fucking do this for my daughter."
No,
Really? Okay. All right.
no.
Yeah, because for my kids, I'll put it this way: for our kids, right? Our one child likes Kid Cudi. I don't think he swears that much at all, does he?
A little bit, not a. bunch.
Anyways, I got an email this morning that he's coming to Moody Center. He's coming to Moody Center in August, and I was like, "Oh shit! I bet you he would love that, and I could get pretty dope tickets for something like that."
It's weird that your kid went to college in 2008.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just like
My kid-
very,
I'm
yeah.
on the percent.
Very like blaring at parties I was at in
Yeah,
college
yeah.
type of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of music about depression.
Yes.
You know who else he likes is Outkast. And so, like, I don't know where he gets that from. It's not, I mean, it's on, I guess it's on the radio and shit, but yeah, he likes Outkast, Kid Cudi.
That's his dad rock.
He likes cool shit.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was
but it's,
into my dad's music because it
but
was
I don't roll
playing.
around listening to it in the car. So that's what's odd to me. But I guess once you go down those YouTube rabbit holes, who fucking knows, right?
Sure.
But yeah, it's strange, but those are cool ones. Like if he likes somebody just completely fucking dorky, then I'd be pissed off about it. Where I'm like, no, we're not doing that today, okay?
Okay.
Did your dad ever do that to you? Make you listen to his songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. Or it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, hey, we're listening to this.
Yeah.
Here's what we're listening to. It's Stones. It's Bob Seger. Rock a rock, whoa, rock a, whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever was the, you know.
We were Stevie Ray Vaughan,
It was no rap, definitely no rap from my dad.
Bob Marley, and Dylan.
Oh,
I know.
really?
Yeah.
That's super hippie shit.
They were stoners.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was funny smells and sounds coming from the garage.
Okay. All right.
And now I can't, think of anything.
And now
better.
they've all sold out. They've sold out of their music catalogs, all the things. You know who just sold their entire music catalog was Justin Timberlake. $100 million
Well,
for Timbo.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, but they know where the industry's going. So
I guess you just don't own your
it's like
masters
getting
or
out of
anything anymore.
crypto.
Yeah.
If you know something.
Giorgio's
If you get
the
an
first thing he
inside-
did when we walked in today, he showed me his phone and he goes, "Look at this. It's up to 34 cents, some crypto coin."
Ooh.
Bullshit. I've never even heard the name of it, by the way.
We bought more.
What's it?
What,
oh, you
what's
bought
the name
more.
of it?
I don't know. I bought more Ethereum.
I think it's
Oh,
called
boy.
EpiPen or something.
I mean, crypto's up because the Dow Jones is up.
It's up, yeah. All you have to do is look at the market and then crypto's up.
because it's in no way divorced from money.
Nope. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. So that's really all you have to do is just look at the market and you're good to go.
Delco's just waiting for the housing market so that he can talk the same shit to Bob.
We're on
Just
the we're
waiting and us,
we're
and us,
on
by
the brink
way.
right now, and because we're trying to sell a house right now. So I'm like, man, because I think it goes on the
Delco
market on
cannot wait
Thursday.
to talk about it in the same way.
I just want to, because we're there, and I know we're there, and everybody knows we're there. Even Tim Dillon was talking about it. He was like,
Where?
"There's a housing crash. There's a housing crash coming," and I'm like, I just need to hold on for
I think we're
1-2 more months.
I think we're okay.
Sell it,
think we're all right.
and I can watch the
We're
world
all right.
burn.
We're like 2 weeks from listing. We're fine.
Okay, I think so. I hope so. I hope so.
Also, this is insulated. Like Austin's a little more insulated than like, I don't know, Cincinnati or something like that.
It's dicey.
It's all dicey.
It's all dicey these days. I mean, Texas is trying to secede. You know, I read that yesterday, which is always fun. When a state says they're going to secede, any state, like, 'cause California tried to do that bullshit too. When I was there, they were like, "Oh, we're going to secede and be our own thing," and then the fire started and burned down
And they were like,
half
"Can we
the
have
state.
some water?
We need water. We need money. We need."
Oh, I think we were talking about
Texas is ERCOT, where it's just like, great, everything would be fine until ERCOT, until that power grid goes down.
Right. So I think they were talking about seceding before the Snowmageddon. And then it was like, oh,
Whoops.
never mind.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
actually can't do it all on our own.
If Texas, well, no, you don't have state taxes here either. So, like, where the fuck would the money come from? Like, that doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
there would. I mean, it would just.
Property taxes would just go even higher.
There would then become an income tax here if they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your property taxes are already higher than California right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck off with that. That's not a real thing that Texas would do. However, if the infrastructure was in place, I'd be all right with it, because you do need protection at the border and all that other shit. And it would be nice to see some money go to some different places locally, you know, versus, like, I don't think the state of Washington needs any money, or Oregon. I just don't.
right.
I think they're beyond help at this point.
Right.
I think Seattle and all those guys, San Francisco, you can actually just start from San Francisco and then go up the rest of the coast.
Mm-hmm.
I think those states are done. Like, just seal them off and then let anybody who wants to live in there, let the homeless people fight each other in there, in Antifa, and like any fucking weirdo who was rooting for Christopher McCandless not to die in Into the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
They should all go there and create their own thing. And then what we do is rig up cameras in the woods for that shit. And then life becomes fun again. Like, we can knock out the game shows at night. I don't have to see Judge fucking Steve Harvey. I can just see, all right, tonight in the woods of Oregon, we've got Antifa versus homeless.
Yeah.
Who's going to win? There's one fucking chicken or something, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, now we're getting somewhere. There's one clean needle left of heroin. Who's going to win? You know?
Yeah.
There's one latte in the woods. Who's going to fight each other and kill each other? Like, and then you set up rules for that, you know?
Right.
Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a death. Chop off a leg. Do something that requires work. You got to cut through a bone. Chop off a leg. And I'm fine with it. I think that would be fine, because that's where all of that is headed to me. Texas, as far as a whole, and the people and all of that shit, they're lazy, because, you know, most of the people move here from California, and realtors and all that shit. Everybody's super fucking lazy out here. But I think if you just rallied that old Texas spirit again, you know, where maybe made up your own rules, where it was mandatory to wear fucking Spurs, and everybody's, you know, carrying on the hip again. Where it's just like, all right, everybody has to do that before you leave the house. Let's make it Texas again, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, the streets are filled with queso. Like, let's do it. Then I think we would all come together and be like, yeah, man, we're fucking doing shit. You know, we're
Right.
Texas
out.
again.
Right.
I know you are, Delco. I know you are.
Not wearing a cowboy hat.
My prediction for you, by the way, has changed. I think at the end of this, you will have blown all your money gambling and on crypto or some other fly-by-night thing that is gone, and you'll be back in Delco.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like, do you still follow girls from Delco?
No, but I'll be a bookie.
I see. I
Yeah.
love that life for you.
Yeah.
I love that for
But
you.
then who do you bet on? Or actually, is that become the gambling where you're rooting against your clients?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know those people too. All right. That
I mean,
makes
that's
sense.
the golf show now. I just give you losers.
I think
Oh, he's going to be pissed this week.
I think it's all about just living in an authentic life, and I
Yeah.
think that would be
Authentico
life.
He's going to be pissed this week.
Why?
Brooks Koepka gone. Went on over to the Saudi League.
He's one of my guys.
Morikawa is going to be out of there this week.
No, Morikawa literally just came out and was like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but he had a weirder take. He finished his tweet by saying he's not joining Live Golf and he's committed to the PGA Tour with, I'm going to go back to pouring my cereal over my milk. So he pours his milk in first before his cereal.
I do that.
You do?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the fuck is wrong with
It's
you?
reverse.
Oh.
It's reverse.
Yeah, you go cereal
it's
first.
Yeah, and then I
with
pour the milk all over
everybody.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
He pours the milk in first.
So it's the summer solstice, guys. All right, it just
I know.
fucking got me today.
It's kind of like a full moon situation. Like it'll get y'all.
It's gonna be sunny for 3 more hours.
I'll be back in Florida, though, before I'm in Delco.
I don't know.
I will be.
I don't know that you'll be able to
Yeah,
afford it. Florida's getting pricey.
I see
Yeah.
that for you.
But I'll live in
nice.
someone's. I'll live in someone's like,
Guest
extra.
house. Yeah.
He could go panhandle.
Yeah.
Not for
Actually-
money. I mean, live in on the
yeah.
panhandle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could see Destin for you. I can see Destin for
That
sure.
side anyway. Yeah.
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 I could afford something OBT in Orlando.
Destiny. Just add the Y to it, and just live in Destin. That's fine.
Yeah.
Go to Tampa, work at a strip club.
Yeah, which coming to the stage, Chandelier. I like that a lot.
I could bounce
Yeah.
people out.
Yeah, it's the same songs too. So it's not like you have to really do much work. Bring back that old school iPod, the square one. It's real heavy, like
The
a
heavy
brick.
one, yeah.
That'd be a fun thing for you, I think. We might all be there soon. I have to sneeze, I think.
Okay. Well, bless you. Usually that.
Thank you.
Usually that messes it up.
It didn't this time.
If you say bless you. Oh,
No.
I just did it
did
to
it.
you.
You did it to me.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
No, but we all might be back there soon. I was listening to Tim Dillon. It's one of the only podcasts I listen to. He was talking about how it's all celebrities doing podcasts and they fucking suck.
Yes.
Could not agree more.
Yes.
That fucking Smartless thing, I don't get it. It's 4 people on a Zoom, and Jason Bateman's just looking at Wikipedia all day long. They're all so rich that there's just no reason for it. They're not ever going to say anything controversial or interesting or anything that could possibly relate to you at home. And it seems like 4 guys who are wakeboarding all day, 3 guys who are just wakeboarding all day, and then their dad wakes them up and they're like, hey, your mom made dinner. You got to fucking put it together for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Fine. Just stumble down to the table and just eat in silence angrily. That's what that feels like to me. And then people are coming on because they've massive ratings. So people are coming on to do it. And it's like Bradley Cooper is telling fun stories there and everything else. And it was like, man,
Crying.
yeah, B. Coops would be
You
better
said
in
his story wasn't very fun.
a conversation.
He was crying the whole time.
Wait, wasn't physically crying.
Yeah.
He was crying.
He teared up and
Teared up a little bit. But his story about the Oscar nom thing was really fucking funny. Did you hear that one?
That was funny. He was in the beginning was very fun. I thought, oh my gosh, do
Yeah.
I like Bradley Cooper? And then he eventually went into.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, the actor. And that's what you're going to get out of those shows. Tim Dillon also said that Friends is doing a podcast.
I think a watch along. Probably that's the newest thing is they're getting everybody cast back together to watch their shows.
the Office Girls.
Office
that was
Girls.
that was the one that kind of started that trend. I feel.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
With Jenna Fisher and
Always Sunny. That's what theirs is. Scrubs did one.
I'll tell you this. I said that to a friend of mine who's done like 1 million episodes of TV. And he goes, man, how do I get on a podcast or whatever? And I was like, well, I go, this sounds super fucking weird. And I don't know if you'd want to do it. But if you did a watch along to your old shows, you'd just be printing money at that point, And he goes, are you fucking serious, man? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's the most. He goes, so I'm just watching my old shows talking about what happened or what I was thinking about. And I was like, yeah, man. And he goes, fuck, that seems boring. And I go, it is. And I don't know who the fuck listens to that, but apparently there is massive audience. Scrubs does it. The Office does it.
Did you ever watch when you got DVDs? Did you ever watch what is it? Was it director's cut or the commentary? Was there a movie where you watched
For me?
Yeah, where you watched
That I
the
was in?
commentary? No,
Oh,
that you liked. That you, I did it for like a couple
one time,
movies. Yeah.
one time in my life,
Yeah.
and it was Anchorman, and that was it.
Mine was
that
Vanilla Sky.
That was the only time. I liked the bloopers and the behind the scenes shots that weren't in there.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is Wet Hot American Summer because they had nothing to do with the movie, and I love shit like that where it's
Right.
just like, oh, you.
But
just
it's
shot.
basically like what I'm saying is it's basically like the commentary.
Sure, and I've never liked that.
Okay.
I've never liked that. I've only listened to one commentary in my life, and it was only because I worked with somebody that I hated, and I knew that they were going to do it for our movie, and I wanted to see if they talk shit, and they did.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was, but getting through it, I was just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I still have to listen to this for fucking 2 hours. It was awful, and I was in the goddamn thing, and I was like, this is terrible. I don't listen to this shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know how anybody else does. Do they? Serious question. Do they start the show and they're like, hey, wait for the third lion roar in the MGM, and then start it, and we'll do it.
No.
Okay.
They just.
The Office Girls are a little different. I don't know. That's the only one I've even like remotely
Where you
heard.
can hear it, right?
Yeah, but a lot of times they'll just have people on and talk about like a story behind an episode, but not
Yeah.
really watch the episode
Yeah.
type of situation. Like they'll have Dwight on and
Yeah.
whatever. They'll be yeah.
They were a little bit different, but the ones like the OC, Scrubs, Always Sunny, they're watching episodes and
Oh, is Always
Talking
Sunny is doing it too?
yeah.
Jeez. I like those guys, and they have
know.
a $1 billion
But the way
apiece.
that they talked about it was literally like, dude, I bet we'll just be like number one immediately.
Really?
And they did.
Are you
They're like,
fucking
let's
kidding me?
fucking do a podcast of just like shit.
Oh my god, dude! Just you need more money. You need it. You just need it. You know what I'm saying? You just need their deal. The second to last deal was $50 million. I'm sorry. Now they've signed 2 more of those since. So just the last 3 deals alone, they made $150 million. That's not even including residuals and everything else. Why? I'm looking for more time in my life, not less.
Right.
To go back and do that, if I'm one of their wives, I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Let's go to fucking Jamaica. You know, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Sitting there, and they're the same way. They're on Zoom.
Yes.
They're all on Zoom, and like weird apart, and like the quality is shitty, and you're like, what are we doing here?
They don't do video.
No, well they do now. I just saw it. I just saw a clip of it where they're doing video now.
Who is?
They got a nice studio.
Who?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. I know Smartlist is just,
Nah, they don't
they
give a
don't
fuck.
ever have to.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care. They printing money. $80 million they got for that Amazon deal.
Mm-hmm.
And all they do is put it on Amazon Music the week before it goes out to everybody else, and that's kind of it.
Yes.
$80 million for those guys.
That's the new model on
Yep.
Apple.
Yeah. And again, with Tim Dillon, he was like, dude, I love Ozark. I love Jason Bateman's super talented. He is. So is Will Arnett. Do you need this? Do you really need this? And like, none of them want to be there. And you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
But if that's the future, because he was saying, look, that's the future and we're all going to be out of jobs. I don't think so. There's just not that many famous people who are going to like, because other ones have bombed really, really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Barack Obama, his show did not get picked up again for Spotify.
Right.
The former president of the United States did not get renewed by Spotify because the ratings were so bad.
Right.
Hillary Clinton on the charts. She had a show.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Biden had one.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
A lot of people do and start one, but you have to be consistent with it. And like Tim Dillon said, like this has to be your fucking thing. Like podcasts were born from desperation. Mark Maron, Joe Rogan, whoever, that was just like, dude, I need to make something work. Like,
Yeah,
let me
and
just
ours was
try this
desperation
shit.
of comedy, where you're just like, hey, can I just say whatever I want and not have to go through the notes of Hollywood anymore? Like, can I just say whatever the fuck I want? Can I say retard?
Right.
No, I'm asking.
Still no.
Oh, it's still no. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the name of your new show?
Well, you
I
can say it
retard?
in reference, yeah. In reference to like you need to retard your desire to say retard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
So
you
I
can
need
use
to
it in
peel that
that.
back.
Yeah.
You can use it in that context. But yeah, that's basically what he was saying. Like, and I sort of equate it to, the music business where it's like you have your hardcore rocks, I guess, rock and roll, right? Or alternative or whatever, people that play instruments. They started in a garage. They fucking had no money. They still are doing it in a real way, like Foo Fighters, for example, or whatever. And then you have pop princesses that just get propped up. Ariana Grande, they give them clothes, they whatever, they tell them where to go. And it's just a different, people are going to like different things. So I think eventually it's going to go that way. But right now, with the charts being what they are, just, you know.
Yeah.
And you can look on the real charts and see what people like.
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know.
Like Drinking Bros, we pretty much kill everybody. Except for, I will say, Smartless, because like Drinking Bros, we have multiple shows on the charts every single day. And that's super rare. I think like maybe 4 or 5 shows have that, right? Except for Smartless. There's like fucking 90 episodes. People love that goddamn thing. And I don't know why.
Right.
Don't know why. But it's not for me. I mean, Mike and Molly was on the air for fucking 20 years, and it was just like, I watched one episode, and I was like,
sure.
Is this a real fucking show?
But it's Smartless, and then it's like 5 crime shows.
Yeah, I mean, look at TV, too.
Yeah.
Mass Singer.
Exactly. So it's
yeah.
Terrible,
you know,
game shows.
But the people that are really putting the CD or really whatever CD in, how old am I?
4.
The people that are playing the tape, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, all those people with 8 tracks out there.
But the people that are really putting the VHS in, you know, they're going to stick with those people. And they're going to have, their fan base for a long time. And these flash in the pan or people that are like Britney Spears or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but that's sort of what it's turning into. Whereas before it was just a bunch of scrappy people like uploading podcasts, and now nobody wants to.
Imagine if you had to hear an hour of Britney Spears talking with her husband, the Persian guy.
Oh shit!
That'd be fuck. That you could call it Fucktown Crazy USA. Just call it that, Fucktown Crazy USA, where it's just her and just like on Adderall, all jacked up to the hilt, where it's just.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting for a couple minutes.
No. Sure wouldn't. Did you ever watch the doc with her and K-Fed?
No.
All they were talking about was boning each other all day long. And then the dog, Bit. She had a dog named Bit. It was this little dog. And that was something because you were like, oh, man, they're making out over the dog. Like the dog was getting smashed between them because they kept making out.
Sure.
In every scene in this doc, it was on like UPN or something like that. It looked like they had just finished boning. And then they were talking about sex and then having more sex after that.
They kind of always looked like that. And they were they were always having a
smoking
cigarette after.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they would turn the cameras on. You were like, all right, well, shit.
And I say good for them.
Yeah. Now that would have been a podcast, right?
Sure.
Today's Britney with the Persian dude and the Adderall and all that shit. By the way, she prenupped up. It was a solid ironclad prenup. He does not get 1 cent.
Right.
Which, thank God somebody did that for her. I don't know who did that for her, but I was worried.
Yeah, I think we can, I think this guy we can probably all agree in it for her. I mean, after.
Is it her or just the whole lifestyle where all he has to do is work out all day long.
Yes.
Be tan.
Right.
And then go do stupid shit with her all day long. Like you're on a constant vacation.
Yeah. But you still have to hang out with her and be with her. So it's like.
But it's not fun. And I can say this now. Who gives a shit? A buddy of ours dated Paris Hilton for a while. And I was like, man, it all looks so miserable. Like it looks miserable. And he goes, it is. And I just kind of hop on private jets and travel around the world and go do weird shit and see weird shit. And he goes, that's fun. Like that part, that element of it is fucking awesome.
Right.
He was just like, man, I would never ever get to do or see any of this shit in real life. And because she is who she is, I get to do all this crazy shit and meet like Saudi kings and, go to the Vatican and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I never get to do that. So he's like, yeah, man, I'll hold the purse and watch her text for 5-6 hours a day straight. Like, maybe have sex occasionally. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, they know what it's like to be a woman now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's many relationships like that are the other way around.
They are.
But it feels weird to have it be the woman that's,
Now, I had one friend who loved it, who just loved it. He was living Giorgio's dream. He was married to, I want to say like the head of Universal Paramount, their ex-wife, right? And he was her trainer. And so she was just like, I'm going through this divorce and blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, and he was trying to be an actor, at one point. It was like, oh, what's the story? What's going on or whatever. Right. Can I help you? He was great at massages. And I always thought maybe there was a shot that he was potentially gay because he was giving us massages too. Like, sure, we would be hanging out watching a football game and be like, you look tense, bro.
It's a brosage.
It was a brosage.
Yeah.
You look real tense, bro. Yeah. How about I give you a massage? And I was like, all right. They were so wonderful that I didn't want to stop it. So even if he was gay, I just kind of given up at that point. There it is. Yeah.
That's a brosage.
It is.
I mean, Giorgio hopped from that producer
desk.
Look
at that, dude. Look at that. And I'm not going to stop him.
No, because it kind of looks like he's hitting some.
It is, dude.
Because they
Feels
know
great.
They know where to actually
pressure points, the whole thing. Yeah.
Same thing, like when he gives you a blowjob, it's like they know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Giorgio. Only a man knows, and you know what I mean? Those where those muscles need.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's different.
Needs some work, right?
It's different.
So I saw a picture of this lady, and she was a lady. She was probably late 40s, early 50s. Maybe, if I'm going oldest, I would say 52 tops, okay? And just got a shit ton of cash. Right. When I'm talking a shit ton of cash, I think she ended up with like $360 million. And so anyways, he was training her.
Sure.
They started getting intimate. He was late 30s at this point. So he was getting up there, right? And he was starting to have a little bald spot up here, right there. And I said to him, I said, hey, I almost said his name. I said, hey, man.
I said to him,
Huh?
Says to him, I says.
yeah. I almost said his name. But I say, hey, man, you ever thought about it? Like, you ever thought that maybe this is the one and, you should probably settle down and just get out of this life? Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm thinking about it more and more. But he goes, I do love her and I do enjoy being with her and all this other shit. And I was like, all right, cool, man. I go, well, what does she do now? She's got all this money. She's not going to Hollywood premieres or, any of that shit anymore because the invites are gone. I will say that. When you're married to somebody famous like that, like the ex-wife gets 0 invites anymore. Like, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same, right? No. Which is why a lot of these ladies stay with famous people who cheat and all that other shit forever because it's like, all right, great. I don't want to give up the dinner res, table one at Chin Chin.
Sure.
And so he goes, we just travel a lot. We go on a lot of cruises, like the nice ones, like the exotic cruises up through like Alaska and shit like that. And I was like, man, sounds like a blast. Like, what's stopping you from doing this? And he goes, I'm still thinking about my acting career and everything else. And I was like, hey, man, buddy, you're starting to bald, starting to hit late 30s. That ship has sailed. Because you would have done it by now. It's not something you just pick up unless you become like a weird character actor. And he was still a pretty decent looking dude, right? But he was just, just getting older, right? And I was like, the roles you'd be up for right now are like dad, uncle, prisoner, like wrongfully prisoned for something in some show or a Lifetime gig, whatever that is. And I go, maybe you should give this a shot, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I'll think about it, whatever. A couple years go by. I don't see him. I don't hear from him or whatever. And I ran into him when we were out in L.A. Up at the old, what's that grocery store on next to Beechwood Canyon? Yeah. Ran into him, the old Gelson's, and I was like, holy shit, what's up, man? Yeah. What are you doing? And he looked great. Very tan. Very tan. Ooh. I was like, man, you were fucking laying out a lot, bro. You look good, And he was like, man, I just got back from Greece, Because I wanted to tell you, man, changed my life. That conversation changed my life that day. Right. I was like, did it? He goes, yeah, man. He goes, we're together. We're going to get married in the fall. And my life is amazing. Like, you were totally right. And I was like, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Money changes everything, brother.
That's what he's telling himself. But yeah.
I don't know. Because look, again, she wasn't bad looking. And she was only 52, and he was probably 38, 39. not that far of an age gap where it was just like he didn't want to have kids. She couldn't have kids because it was physically impossible.
Sure.
I'm like, enjoyed his life.
Yeah.
And he was fucking happy as shit. So good for him. You know,
Yeah.
he did it. He did it.
Again, it's weird with a guy, but pretty much the every story that a woman's ever had. And they talk to their friend, man, and I love him, you know, guy, but it's just, you know.
Is that the first thought that you have when you see one of your friends constantly on vacations with an older man? That's mine. It's my first thought. Whenever I see a girl that I went to high school with or college and you see him on Instagram with just a fucking 65-year-old man in the Caribbean, you're like, oh, well, that was it.
Yes. And good for her.
Maybe that old man's laying pipe.
Yeah, no.
Performance enhancing
Just
drugs.
like how he said it. Too.
Yeah, maybe that old man's laying pipe. Maybe he's laying fucking pipe, dude.
Is that a thing people say?
Yeah.
Never heard laying pipe?
Okay, but I think that what has happened here at this studio is that, and I haven't been here in a while, and I don't think any ladies really have, right?
It's a real
You guys
sausage
gotta watch
fest
it.
here, yeah.
You've really got to watch it because you two.
Laying
And
pipe,
you.
though, that's old school. Like, that's been
It's
around
not new,
forever
yeah.
now.
It's not new, but it's not something you just like say.
Yeah, the pipe layer, dude. The pipe layer.
Maybe he's laying pipe.
Yeah. He's out
Let's
there,
just see
man.
how many like cringe shirts we can sell, like pipe layers.
Yeah. Yeah, like plumber, like some kind of like plumber shirt.
Professional pipe layer.
Yeah. Like, what is it? The co-ed naked from the 90s or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
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 Female body inspector.
Yeah.
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 Start selling Hard Rock t-shirts again.
Yeah.
Guys,
Let's do it, dude.
I gotta pop in here more.
Yeah, dude. People are asking
Gotta-
for a crime corner. We usually do it on Thursday. So you're not
Usually
getting that today.
Thursday.
You're not getting that
Sorry.
today. We're sorry about it.
Yeah.
We have to wait because Ezra Miller is not done committing crimes.
Oh,
know, my
fucking
gosh.
A, dude. I got some inside info on that shit if you want to know. Ezra Miller, obviously, is The Flash. It's his big movie, right?
We know.
Right. So they have shot a sequel. It is done. It is in the can. $200 million they have spent on this fucking movie. And so I asked a friend of mine, works over there, and I go, what are you guys going to do about this? And they were like, literally, people are just scrolling through Twitter and their whole shit and saying, oh my God, please not be a story about Ezra Miller right now. And I was like, well,
It always is.
what do you do? Do you just push it straight to streaming? Because you have a deal. You could do that. And they were like, it's $200 million. They were like, that's a little outside the budget just to go straight to streaming. And I was like, holy shit. How bad is it? And they were like, he's stolen a Native American. And I was like, no, shut the fuck up. I had to physically look it up. I think her name is like Tanaka Iron Eyes. When I looked it up, I'm not kidding either. I think it's Tanaka Iron Eyes. And it's a 17 or 18-year-old actual Native American that he has taken, according to her mom.
Grooming.
Grooming,
That's
yeah.
a lot of people are saying that as well, yeah.
Groomed, and I think Miller like convinced them to be non-binary or something like that. I mean, it's like,
He is just.
Do you have a picture of her?
yeah, I
He's-
think.
He's.
Is that her? Is that Tanaka
doing
Iron Eyes?
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay,
And
sure.
he's got like a Leto sex cult situation going on.
Yeah.
But he's just
Yeah.
like
Does he
flaunting
really?
it. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He gave her LSD and weed and booze.
Yeah, Tanaka Iron Eyes. Holy shit, dude. It's amazing that I even remember that. Is that him just kind of playing pool and shit, getting fucked up?
I guess this is
He's just out everywhere, beating people up,
Yeah.
pointing
women.
guns.
It's always women.
Yeah, he's always
Women.
beating women.
It's almost like, I mean, this is a social experiment where it's just like we'll cancel people all the time, except for if you spent $200 million on
Right.
something and it's already been shot. What's the worst thing he can do
Yep.
for you to just shelve this entire.
And I don't know that answer. It's
Still not even
He's
out
trying
of.
to figure it out.
Still not out of the new Harry Potter movies.
Right?
No.
Like they haven't dropped him.
No, I went to see the last one and I was shocked. It was the Dumbledore. What was the one that Depp got thrown out of?
Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, you threw out Johnny Depp, who is innocent,
Yeah.
an innocent man. You ruined a man's life with tall tales.
He was just a sweetie pie the entire time.
And then you put Ezra Miller in this fucking thing.
It is weird. Well, they didn't drop Johnny Depp at first. Like the allegations came out. The allegations came out like when the first movie came out, basically, like around
Right.
that same time.
Right.
And then the whole second movie came out, and then they dropped him because I don't even fucking know. I think maybe Discovery from the British case, and they were like, "Ooh, this is too hot to handle. We got to go, Johnny." Or maybe the internet was just fucking mad.
Yeah, but he was also like, he was on a downward trajectory before that.
So says you.
No, but remember we were talking about his money problems and like he was just like
He needed to buy that mansion.
right, and it was just going weird a little bit, firing all his.
Yeah, he cooled off too, right? Like the fourth and fifth Pirates movies, who cares?
Right.
The fucking Alice in Wonderland sequel that Tim Burton couldn't even be fucking bothered to do because it's so awful.
Yeah.
Like, and then, like Johnny Depp this wasn't like 2007 Johnny Depp.
But this is what we say is like you cancel people that you don't really need anymore.
Sure.
You don't cancel. Like you just do everything you can not to cancel the kid that again just made a $200 million
$200 million movie. But if this girl gets killed or something, then yeah, you're gonna have to cancel it.
Well, again, he's trying to push those limits. So Ezra Miller is going to find out how far you can actually go when you are hot and not dispensable at that moment anyways.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we canceled fucking Johnny Depp. Like, no one was into him at that time. Like, they weren't.
Right. I am now.
You are now.
Yeah.
But nobody was.
Yeah. Ezra Miller, to me, if he just disappeared, like he was just Jimmy Hoffa somewhere, like I'd never think about him the rest of my life, I don't think. Like, not one day.
It's true.
Not one day would I be like, oh, shit, you know who I really miss? Ezra Miller. Like, not one single day of my life would change.
Oh, that's a good point. Super Tap 007. He looks like he should play Richard Ramirez.
Who's Richard Ramirez?
Night Stalker, right?
I don't really know the murders that well, you know?
I think he's Night Stalker.
Okay. I don't really
But
know
anyways,
the
if
murders
you
that well.
put, Bob, get a picture of Ramirez up.
Richard Big Dick Ramirez?
Richard Ramirez. I think it's Night Stalker. Are you guys?
Whenever it's a Richard, I immediately go Dick. And I'm surprised they didn't. They always try to class up serial killers' names with like 3 names and then whatever the full name is, no nicknames.
With the long hair. Not that one, bro.
This is the scary one. But all right.
That is the scary one, but go long hair.
There you go.
I mean, this is Ezra Miller.
That's Ezra Miller.
Holy
dude.
shit.
And they've got to be making.
Wow.
Like, look at this.
Wow.
Bang, bang.
Wow.
And that one,
dude.
the one that you're showing of Richard Ramirez is like when he's older and when he was like in the height of his shit, he looked exactly like that mugshot of Ezra Miller. But anyway, I mean, we're not.
Matthew
We're not
C.
trying to
Hape
cast-
says he died in the 3rd Fantastic Beasts movie. Spoilers, bro. Spoilers.
Ezra did?
I guess. I don't know.
Him
Is that the
or-
last one?
Yeah.
That's how much I pay. So I took my child to see it. I didn't dig the movie at all. So I was checked mentally out of that.
They're not good.
No.
They're
I
fucking
didn't enjoy
not
it.
at all.
I didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, man. But again, when you're at a theater that serves endless food and drinks, you're like, who cares? You can put anything on in the background except Downton Abbey.
Again,
Can't do that bullshit.
nobody's fucking asking you to.
My God.
Literally, no one has invited you.
Jesse, my God, dude.
No one.
I couldn't fucking do it. Couldn't have tea and or crumpets for any of that bullshit. Okay? Couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
No one would want you there.
They would want me there, all right? They've called. The producers have called of Downton Abbey and like, please, if we give you tickets, will you just go?
Evo called you.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, bud.
Can you ring up another $100
Yeah,
bar tab at
exactly.
Evo? That'd be great. The movie
Can you
theater.
come on down to Downton Abbey?
Because that's what movie theaters are now, by the way. Let's face it. It is $100 bar tab and then some popcorn. And then whatever movie it is. You're like, all right, sweet.
Yeah.
I'll go see Top Gun for a 3rd goddamn time. That's how much I love that place. Let's go. Fire up the engines. Loggins is going on tour again this summer, so you're welcome. Yeah, a little K-Logs.
Yeah, that's what everyone asked for.
Cashing in on that old Top Gun 2 exposure.
Thank God.
Loggins is back.
Good.
I'm going to need your username and login info. Let's go. Highway to the danger zone.
Playing
With the boys.
That's this fucking studio. Jesus Christ.
And they're gonna have a ghost bed in the background, two gay men fucking behind him.
Yeah. This bro sausages.
For Pride Month, playing with the. It's only through the month of June. So if you go see Loggins anywhere in America in the month of June, they're gonna pull out a bed right behind him, and two gay men are gonna have graphic sex in front of you.
Now I'll go.
Yeah, now I'm in.
Hello.
We appreciate you joining us today. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It's all the fucking advertisers care about is that stupid review and rating. And I know you don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I have, and we have to, because advertisers care. Same with Spotify, just a 5-star.
Yep.
You can click the button and then just forget about life. Just throw on Drake's album and pretend you were with him on that fucking 2-week vacation to Barbados. You know?
Yeah.
He's probably just wanted to get a sniff of Rihanna somewhere. Where's she at? I
Yeah.
miss her.
Oh,
We
poor-
all do, bro. I understand,
buddy.
Drake. Yeah.
Poor little buddy.
No, there's nowhere to go after Rihanna.
I know.
It's all downhill. Sorry, Drake. Maybe that's why his music's sucks. If you maybe we just solved the riddle here. He hasn't put out a good album since they broke up.
Yeah.
Not one.
We pretty much ruin everything.
His last album was pretty decent.
Which one? The one with all the pregnancy emojis on there? No, it wasn't. That was Certified Lover Boy.
Certified. Yeah, yeah.
Sucked.
No, it
Sing me a
didn't
couple
suck.
bars.
Yeah, what was your favorite song?
Sing me a couple.
Pipe down.
Pipe Down, who was that with?
It was just him.
The only one I'll give you on that album was the 21 Savage one. I feel like 21 Savage is the new LeBron James, where it's just like, all right, great, I'll just show up on this team and do something good and then blame my teammates. And the weirdest thing is 21 Savage is the most boring person to see in concert ever.
The bloke. 21
Boy,
Savage.
He's so fucking boring, but god damn it if he doesn't put out hits.
I mean, was that the
he
biggest,
puts out hits.
That had to be the biggest twist in the last decade, right?
Yes. When
That
they
he was
said he
fucking
was British
British.
and you were like,
Yeah.
wait, what? You're not from the streets of Atlanta?
And he got deported.
Yeah, he got deported to his own home country. And I was like, wait, what?
And again, you're such an Anglophile. You were like, oh, I
Yeah.
love him now.
You know,
I like anything British.
if you went and saw 21 Savage over there, the chances are little girls were just urinating in the aisles. Wait, they were so
No, something like
excited.
the floor was running.
Yeah, it was
with
the floor
like
was
a river,
running.
yeah.
It was a river of urine
Anyway.
on the floor. Let's end it on that today.
Let's do it.
Shall we? We'll be figuring everything out, lights, cameras, all the other shit as we go along here today. But I enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Russ Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And I mean Juan.